This was day 18, I think, for my makeup series of doing my makeup every day till Halloween. I was doing ICP. I was really excited about this one actually because I had a really good idea and I executed it pretty well. I also want to let you guys know that I am getting latex and like actual professional stuff so that I can make better looks, but I will still be doing the at home like product stuff because I find it fun. And the struggle on trying to make it look good is actually kind of fun. Also, here, my foundation or my concealer wasn't light enough for what I was trying to do, so I added a tiny bit of paint. I wouldn't suggest doing this actually, I would just get face paint, but, I didn't feel like going to the store. I also answered a couple questions on my Snapchat. I also want to say like, subscribe, comment, please. Also, my other social medias are always in the link or in the bios, and there's always links for them. On every social media I have, there will be other links to my other socials so that you can go support them. I won't be able to continue all of this if you guys don't do all that. I love all the support that I'm getting and all the comments and everything, but if I'm not like making profit off of this, I won't be able to make the videos better, or I won't be able to make like better looks because that's gonna cost more money and also a whole lot more time. Um, which I don't mind to do it. I need your guys' help a little bit. I will also be going live eventually. I have started going live on TikTok a little bit. I have 3 accounts, so I can't go live on the love.rainy one, but the other ones, the other two, I can go live on. So just keep a watch out. Turn on your notifications and join in. Come have some fun. Normally I'm talking to people, or I'll normally have one of the looks on, but it's always a good time. But here I'm like drawing it out, and I did low-key mess it up, and they didn't look like twins, but that's okay. Because it was supposed to be a cutout look, so whether or not it looks good, it still looked good. You know what I mean? I have decided to go with raindrops for our nickname. Also, on Snapchat, if you guys follow me, look at my stories. I'm gonna start doing polls on what we should do, looks we should do, like all that kind of stuff. And I also will be having another series come out, kind of like just simpler looks, like 15-minute, 30-minute looks, so that you guys are able to do them on a time crunch. Because some of these looks do take like a long time. So, and then I'm also gonna come out with another series, actually 2 more, but I'm gonna keep them a secret for now. I also got a comment, or I asked you guys what kind of videos you guys would like to see on Snapchat, and somebody did say that they would watch vlogs, and I want to know if you guys would or not. If you guys do want to watch those, I would be so happy to make them. Also, do you guys want like a normal makeup tutorial? I know I did one, but if you guys want another one, I can, like a different type of look, or like gaming vlogs. I just want to know what else you guys want me to do. Like, because makeup content is really fun, but Halloween season will be over eventually, and I don't know if you guys want me to continue throughout Halloween or not. And if not, I can do other stuff. I have a lot of talents. I could do tattoo videos, I could do gaming videos, cooking vlogs, baking vlogs. I do a lot. I also know how to sew. If any of you guys have been to my Instagram, you have seen a lot of my outfits, and some of them I have made, or I have tailored so that they fit my body correctly, and it's really fun. I love sewing. I picked it up around 7th grade, I think, middle school, maybe a little bit younger. Also, here with the toilet paper, I recommend like rolling it more, because it helps it like give it more of like what am I looking for? Um, like there's like a little ledge so that it looks like there's skin and then it's like peeling off. A good example of what I mean, on the top left brow, when I put the toilet paper on there, on the bottom part right above my eyebrow, you'll be able to see it. I don't roll it enough and it doesn't look right, which I mean, I ended up off camera, I ended up pushing it down and like kind of making it a little bit better. And you can kind of tell in some of my TikToks and whatever. Oh, another thing. I was curious if you guys have been watching on different platforms of mine. I post on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. I have 3 accounts on there. YouTube, obviously. And then I want to start posting on Twitch and whatnot. So you guys will see that if you're on there. Here's where you'll be able to see where I don't roll it enough, by the way. Oh, next part. But I was wondering if you guys would want me to post different videos on different platforms so that you guys kind of had to go to other platforms to watch, or do you want me to post them all on the same platform like I've been doing, or no? I'm asking a lot of questions in this one. Um, I had another one for you guys. Would you guys like if I started posting, like, shorts of my tutorials on different platforms, like, spotlights, TikTok, stuff like that? Also, do you want me to do uncut versions where I like actually talk in the videos rather than doing the voiceovers? Because I could tell stories while doing my makeup. I am gonna start going live while doing them, so I guess we do have that, but I can't go live for every look just because I have to be able to record the tutorials and I don't have that many phones. Okay, enough with my questions now. I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm doing now. I'm putting the glue where I want the skin to be, and then I rolled the skin like I was talking about earlier, and I'm using cotton balls rather than toilet paper. If you guys were watching my like first 3 or 4 videos, I was using toilet paper, but I did find it easier to use cotton balls. Sorry, English is hard apparently. Also, that little black mark that I put on my neck, don't worry about it, because I ended up letting the glue dry a little too long, and I didn't feel like messing with it. The video is, I think, like almost 30 minutes, but the look took me an hour and 30 minutes, almost 2 hours. I would say 2 hours, because it was like an hour and 34, maybe 40 minutes. It took a while. I wasn't expecting it to be this long, but it was really fun. The bottom part of my mouth, though, it kept, like, coming off every time I talked. One of you guys said that you were really excited to recreate one of my looks for Halloween, and I just want to say, get latex. Or, like, real fake skin. Don't use lash glue because it's not going to hold all night, especially if you're talking, sweating, or dancing, or wherever you're going, whatever you're doing. I would be very careful with wearing certain looks out. If it's just on your forehead or on your eyes, and depending on how hot it is, it might work, but it might not. And especially if it's around your mouth, you're not really able to drink, talk, or, like, do a whole lot just because it is glued onto your mouth, and when you talk, you're moving it's facial expressions. It's how it works. So I do recommend getting latex. If you look it up online, there's like an ounce bottle for like $7-8, which I ordered it, and it will be here eventually, soon. I don't know what exact date, I'd have to look, but I do recommend getting that, and it'll last you for like a good amount of looks, like 7 or 8, because the glue that I'm using in this is like not even an ounce. It's like a little bit under an ounce, and it still works, or a milliliter or whatever. I don't know. Excuse me, I'm still getting like better at these like videos, so I'm trying here. But what I mean by it's still good is that it's lasted a good amount of looks. Like, I think maybe 5 or 6, maybe a few more. It's lasted a minute. It's doing pretty good. And that's the duo glue from Walmart. I think it was like $4. I got it in black by accident. I recommend getting clear glue or skin color for your latex. I ordered the clear one just so that it was easier for me to make different looks, like the avatars or the Coraline stuff. Here, I was trying to make it like muscle almost, but then I ended up just going in with different shades of lipstick and making it look like muscle on the inside, but it still looked pretty cool. And also, you can see me opening and closing my mouth to see and test if I can still talk. And surprise, surprise, I was not really able to. But that's okay because the look was still dope. I got a lot of content in it, so I'm sorry for spamming Snapchat and TikTok, guys. Okay, while I continue to add muscle to my face, I'm going to tell you guys some of my past stories, and I just want to let you guys know, do not follow in my footsteps, do not try to do anything that I've done. It was silly and dumb, and I would have gone back and changed it if I could. But one of my favorite stories to tell people, I have written about this story in freshman year of high school. English class, I wrote an essay about it. This is where I start to add red and start to make it look like muscle, though. But this story, I was 13, or I guess it was right before freshman year. So it was the summer of, and my friend had texted me, and I'm not going to say names, but my friend had texted me. We'll call her Jessica. She texted me and she was like, "Hey, you want to sneak out?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure. I've never snuck out before. This ought to be fun, right?" And she was like, "Okay, but you have to pick me up." I was like, "What? What do you mean pick you up? We're 13. What do you mean?" And she said, "Steal your mom's car." I said, "What? No way you want me to steal my mom's car." I ended up agreeing. At first I was like, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna get caught, blah, blah, blah." I was so scared. But I ended up doing it anyways. And again, I do not agree. Don't do this, guys. Do not do this. But I ended up stealing the car, taking it out, and I had to go pick up another friend. And we'll call her Bethany. So I put on my music and I'm getting ready to go, right? Like, I'm going down the road. And these girls lived opposite of each other, so I had to go one way for one of them and then the opposite for the other, right? So I'm on my way to go get Jessica. I get her, pick her up, everything's cool. She also had to sneak out. She was also younger than us. Me and, what did I call her? Bethany? No, Jessica. So now me and Bethany are on our way to go get Jessica, right? And we're going down the road, and my mom's headlights were really bad at the time. Also, I'm adding blood, but be careful with doing this. You might have to add more glue underneath because I mix mine with cleanser, so it does remove the glue because it is cleanser. I guess you could use water, but it's probably going to do the same thing. So I just recommend putting more glue. It's going to do the same thing. But anyways, we were on our way to go get Jessica. We ended up going down the road, and I didn't understand this road, or I wasn't used to it. It was very windy, very curvy, and it was just very scary for a 13-year-old that has never really driven before. So I'm going down this road at, I think, like 45. The speed limit was 55. And I see those lights come on. Mind you, this guy, okay, I can't say that. He blacklighted me, which is illegal for cops to do. So he basically came up without his lights on. And yeah, no. So without his headlights on. So then he turns on the main lights, and I'm like, crap, I'm getting pulled over. And so I pull over, and he walks up to the car, and he's like, "What are you doing driving?" Or no, first thing he says is, "Are you lost?" I said, "Yes, I'm not really sure where I'm going." Also, I made my eyes black out because I didn't really want to do anything too fancy with them, but I didn't want to leave them bare. But he's asking me if I'm lost, and I was like, "Yes, I'm trying to find this road, blah, blah, blah." And obviously, I looked young, but I did have makeup on, because that's, middle school, we're starting out. But he's like, "Where are you going? Like, does your mom know you're out here?" And I said, "Yeah, she does. She allowed me to use the car." Guys, why did I lie to a cop at 13? He ended up going along with it, though. He was like, "Call your mom. Like, call her, and, blah, blah, blah." And so I did call my mom. She didn't answer. So then I called my friend, Jessica, the one that we were going to get, right? And she picks up, and I was like, "Mom, this cop pulled me over and he wants to talk to you because you let me out of the house, right? And let me drive. And she was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And she ends up telling the cop off. She's just like yelling at him. She's like, well, I didn't think it was a big deal. It wasn't but a couple miles down the road, blah, blah, blah. Like, this girl is going off on him. Like, she is yelling at him. And I'm like, girl, stop. Stop. So he hands the phone back, and it ends up being chill. He's like, okay, well, I'm going to follow you home, and I'm going to stay behind you. I was like, you can't go in front of me because I don't know where I'm going. Like, I don't have a GPS. Like, nothing's working, blah, 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 right? And he's like, no, I just can't. It's kind of against protocol. And I was like, whatever, okay. So he ends up following me, and I'm still going slow, right? Because I'm lost. I genuinely don't know where I'm going, and I couldn't see where the roads were. And this was before I had gotten new glasses too. So I was blind, alright? And so he turns the sirens on again. We pull over. He's like, you're really lost, aren't you? But this time, he was a little ticked off. And so he started telling me this story, me and Bethany this story, about how he had just put 2 teenagers, like, away, or they had died because they were driving under the age and also under the influence. And he was like, well, they blah, blah, blah. He was just telling us all about it and how we should be more careful. And basically just trying to scare us into staying off the road, which it didn't really scare us. It more was like, kind of like, really? Are we for real right now? Because not only are you letting me continue to drive, but you're, like, are we for real? Like, you didn't ask my mom to come get me, nothing. This is crazy. And so he ends up letting me drive again. We get to the road. I pick up Bethany, and I was like, dude, we were supposed to drive an hour away to go see some other people, and I was like, dude, I'm not driving that far anymore. Like, I just got pulled over. I'm not doing that again. And so the people that we were supposed to see ended up coming out for us, or to us, and we met at the park, and we all just chilled. And then one of them ended up driving, or they had to drive my car or my mom's car back home. And tell me why they ended up breaking it. I don't even remember what they broke, but they ended up breaking stuff. And I didn't get caught, though. And I wrote about it for freshman year, and she loved it, absolutely loved it. I ended the paper with telling them I had said that I told them, but I didn't tell them, because I knew if I didn't say that, she would have told them. But yeah. Okay, we got 5 more minutes of the video, so I'm gonna actually tell you guys what I've been doing. So, earlier I had painted the black under my chin, and then I was like, let me just pull it up and make it look like a mask. So that's what I did there. And then I'm adding, like, foundation to make it look a little bit like skin, so that it looks not so much bloody, but more, like, real, you know? Also, I did dip into eyeshadows, different colors, like purples, blues, some greens, even yellow, pinks, reds, to make it look more realistic. And don't be shy. You could always add foundation and whatever. You can always go back. Do not be shy. Like, go ahead and add. Also, I don't know if I do it in this video, but I do recommend going over, like, the edges with foundation, all the edges with foundation before you put the red or the blood or whatever, just so that it looks blended. And then also use the back of your brush to kind of push that siding down, not where you want it to, like, hang off, but, like, you know? I hope you guys know what I mean. But what else am I doing? Adding more skin. Oh yeah, over the blood, I ended up dipping into the concealer or foundation and just going over some of the areas in blood, kind of like I did with the blood, just so that it looked, I don't know, more realistic, I guess. Gave more definition. Also, under my eyes and under my nose, I added purples and pinks just to give it that tired and almost like dead effect, because obviously I did get my face cut out, so I was upset right there because it wouldn't stick. And also, let me tell you guys, it was a pain to get this off, especially out of my eyebrows, because I had put the glue on there. So it was a pain to get it out, but that's okay. Also, you guys were also so curious about if the blood stained because I use food coloring and it doesn't. I think I've mentioned this multiple times that it won't stain unless you use purples and whatnot. Um, but yeah, this will probably be the last time I say it because I have mentioned it like 7 or 8 times in different videos, also on my spotlights. I will say it in the comments, but this will be the last time I say it in a video. Okay, so I'm adding more and more blood just because. And I do want to let you guys know the video is almost over, so I'm gonna tell one more story, and I'm also gonna tell you guys I'm sorry that the videos don't come out as soon as you guys like them to. I live in the country, and I don't have the best service. My service is always really, really spotty, so I apologize. I try the best that I can, though. Excuse the dogs in the background. All I have for a mic right now is my headphones, or not headphones, earbuds, because my headphones broke. So I apologize. Okay, I'm gonna have to tell this story fast, but this is a good story, and if you guys want an in-depth story, I will tell it. But there was this one time that me and my friend were staying at another friend's house, and we were hanging out with two guys, and one of the guy's girlfriends showed up and ended up trying to fight her in her sleep, and then I ended up getting woken up, dragging or like kind of separating them so that she could run out of the room, because obviously she was the one that she was after, and she tried to fight me, but we were minors at the time. I'm an adult now. She's still a minor, but we were minors at the time, and this girl that was trying to fight her was a full-blown adult. She had broken into the house, was walking around for a few hours before she found her, poured alcohol on her head, vodka to be specific, and then tried to beat her up in her sleep. And then the guy that she was, sleeping with, not really like sleeping, but in the same bed with, she ended up breaking that guy's nose because that was her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. They ended up going on like a couple months later. They ended up having a kid together, and I don't know where he's at now, but yeah, that was a really fun night. We did talk to the cops and we did do all that. I don't know if she pressed charges or not. That was like 3, 4 years ago now, but yeah. But since the video is almost over, I just want to say that I appreciate all the love and all the support that I've been getting on every single platform. And I also want to say like, subscribe, comment, follow all the other socials. Yeah. Thank you guys. Bye, raindrops.